Okay. Everybody, welcome to Relax Time Radio.
Hello, hi.
Lily and I are here for the Sunday show, the Jazz, Blues, and Soul show. We're recording this on Saturday, but doing it from home in these lockdown conditions again. How are you, Lily?
Yep. I'm okay. My throat is. My voice sounds a bit strained, but otherwise I'm okay.
Cool.
I'm trying to sound sexier with a low, but probably not working.
Well, we're on these like terrible microphones out of the studio, but you sound good to me. I like it.
Thank you. And you are okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've been doing lots of different things and some lazing around, and we thought we might talk about today some of the things we've been doing at home, but without instead of a focus on all the things that you could achieve and all the success you could make, we thought we might just talk about how it's okay if you it's okay to phase out and
do
not get a lot done as well, which I also feel. I keep going
I think something like that is generally good advice. We should take time out. And this is an opportunity. Try to see it as an opportunity anyway to take some time out if possible.
Yeah. We also, of course, we're going to play a lot of music. Just the music is going to be. What I'm going to do is I did it last week, so the video on YouTube is just going to have mine and Lily's conversations, and I'll mention some of the requests we've had. But down there in the video description is going to be a YouTube playlist, so you can listen to all the songs, no interruption from us if you want to find out what we've been listening to, or on the radio apps if you're listening. Let's just say if you wanted to listen to the whole show as the audio, you'd have to go to a radio app, and we'll put all the links in our Facebook page. The post will already be there when you're listening to this.
Yeah, I think you did that last week, on the Facebook page, and you had quite a few likes because I think more people were could go through the list of songs and. Yeah,
I like it. It's a curated playlist. Usually so it's you might like it. So what are some of the requests we've had so far for this week's show?
Okay, the first one came from Lars, who used to live in China. He's now in South Australia. He would like to request a song called by Scorpions, The Winds of Change. Because for this change right now that we all have to face.
That's one of those songs that I thought I'd heard since I was a kid, and then when I came to Thailand, I would hear it played live all the time at the riverside, and I loved it actually. I love to see it live. That song. Yeah,
it's a good song.
What else?
We have another song just to remind us to try to see the beauty of. Remember that the world is still beautiful, and there are many people in this world. What a Wonderful World. Song requests for John Draper in Sydney. We would like this song by Louis Armstrong.
I think that might be
one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites too. It might be our most requested song. It was hard. I know I've seen that song as a request maybe 5-6 times.
I think I never go tired of that song.
No, how could you? Yeah. And the last song is a request from John Gombe, your John, as you said. And it's a band I don't think.
Yeah, Pier 57 or AIM. Sorry, AIM.
I don't know which is which. Which is the name of the song or which is the name of the band?
I tried that,
I'm
trying to Google it to information about it. He has some it's also down-tempo song.
Okay.
I'm not sure. AIM is the group.
Okay, AIM is the group.
Is the name of the group.
Pier 57's okay, cool. All right, so we got that coming up in the show as well. And then loads of other music. You suggested Freddie King, Ain't Nobody's Business What We Do. I think I might have played that last
I
week
like
or the
that
week
song.
before. I love it. It's my favorite.
The week before, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. It's my favorite Freddie King song, and Freddie King's one of the greatest. And then yeah, all sorts of stuff. Candace Springs. I've been hooked on Candace Springs. You suggested we play People Make the World Go Round.
Yeah,
I love
I
that
remember
too.
you said you like her. Yeah, she's good. I've
Yeah.
been trying to listen to all of her songs on YouTube.
She's been live streaming on Facebook a lot from her home, like a lot of
Oh,
artists these
really?
days. So I've been, you know, I followed her on Facebook, and she's sort of every couple of days she's playing something from home for people. It's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. I know some people even are also busking from home, such, or in Australia they're busking from home, and people are sending them via you know, bank transfers to help support musicians, some of the musicians.
Yeah.
Have to, otherwise other people were just doing it to keep people entertained, and to, you know, it's good to, because everybody's sitting around at home. Well,
Right.
most people are anyway.
Right. What else was I gonna say? Yeah. So this music and more coming up, and as I said, we'll have the playlist down below this video. But we're just gonna, I guess. Well, what have you been? What have you been doing, LiLi? Just to either lazing or not lazing?
I laze. I mean, I watch, you know, I watch, catch up on all kinds of TV series and movies wherever I can. I mean, almost every day I watch something, but I also think take time out to you know, be quiet and pay. Well, you have to be quiet because, you know, in isolation. And yeah, that's about it. And cleaning my house. But sometimes I feel, you know, something, if I'm just sitting there, if some days I just feel, when I read all the news about the virus and, you know, all kinds of things, it just depresses me, and I just can't seem to move, you know.
I know
There.
exactly. Sorry, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I go through periods where I just spend a couple of hours on Twitter, reading all the news, you know, finding all the statistics, and then, man, what was the point? It just didn't make me feel good or anything like that. You know.
No, I mean, I want to stay informed, but, you know, usually I end up feeling like, no, I feel more depressed. So I started to read, you know, I'm sure you know, our topic today we're talking about, maybe it's okay to feel depressed or over what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely okay in a sense, but on the other hand, I don't even know how to talk about it. Yeah, of course it's okay. Why criticize anybody? I mean, it's terrible times, and many people. It's hard for us to guess what kind of situation different people are in. Like, for example, you know, we've seen people who they have relatives in hospitals overseas, and they can't go and visit them. And
yeah, actually,
you know,
my father's in hospital, so I can't, you know.
Yeah, right.
Limited. Yeah, go back to see him.
All of these kind of things, right, can make us feel helpless, and in some respects, we really are. You know, helpless. We're at the mercy of this.
But maybe we can. That's why I feel the need when at home. I will try to do something like you or people, the musicians at home, try to cheer people up with their singing, you know, or music. Share it, or maybe donate. If you have the means, you can donate to somebody who needs it for basic necessities.
I've been calling people more, you know, random friends. I mean, on just a kind of random basis. I called my grandma a few times. I've got to call her again. I called, you know, relatives, aunts and uncles that I don't normally call. Try to call my mom a lot, you know, my dad a lot. So just calling people more seems to be a good thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, same here.
I have to say, I've watched every single Studio Ghibli film that's on Netflix. There must be 20. I've watched all of them. They're so fantastic. They're so many of them are so uplifting. Even the ones with the sad element to them, they're so uplifting. Such wonderful stories, fun. but they're also philosophical, and wow, I love them so much.
I think they're back. I mean, they suffered a setback. Remember, I think they were the ones that were burnt. Studio Ghibli, they were, in Japan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. When was that? A couple of years ago or something, or when was that?
A year ago, maybe.
Recently, right.
Yeah, but they bounced back. They apparently doing new things again. You know.
I heard this. Well, I was looking on Wikipedia yesterday. There's a new film in the planning. I think Hayao Miyazaki himself is going to direct. So he hasn't done one for for a couple of years, a few years at least.
Yeah. So I guess from the ashes of
right,
quarantine, so we can also maybe try something or good.
And a friend of mine, Nina, who used to live here, I'm not sure if she lives here now or not. But anyway, she used to live here, and she posted this NHK documentary. It's a 4-part documentary, so altogether, almost 4 hours of footage of Hayao Miyazaki making films, and they have all this inside footage from the studio and inside Studio Ghibli. It's really interesting. So you can, if you're interested in Studio Ghibli, there's a 4-hour documentary you could watch about the making of those films. That's okay. So those are some of the lazing around ways I've been. Yeah, I mean.
Or cook, do you like cooking?
You know what? That's one thing that everybody's talking about that I haven't got into at all yet.
I mean, I'm not really into cooking, but I mean, I do cook here and there, but I'm not a great cook or chef or anything. But because I'm stuck at home, and instead of going out too often, I try to cook and listen to music in the background at the same time, so it just keeps it going.
Yeah.
Just doing daily meals, something to do.
Yeah. One thing I have learned, because I had to, doing these radio shows, is I've become much better on audio and video editing software over the past few weeks.
So maybe that is also a good time to try to hone the skills that you might be interested in, because there are courses online, or just play around to spend time doing. So I are trying to fill out, but if you feel a bit about it, I think most people will still try to get on with some kind of routine. Stay doing and do something, even if it means just getting up, making breakfast, sitting down, watching TV, read a book, it's something.
I'm still going for a coffee, going to get a coffee every day. That's important to me. One thing I've noticed is it seems to change, but like when depending on where you live, I live in a 1-room apartment. When you live in an apartment, especially if it's just 1 room, it has a certain energy about it, and it's really hard to escape that energy. Do you know does that make sense?
Yes, I used to,
Because when you go outside, whether you're going anywhere special or not, just those spaces you go to, the cafes or whatever, they have a different energy, and
So you have, I mean, your area has enough cafes here and there.
They're all selling takeaway, all the cafes I know, they're all still selling takeaway coffee. So
well, they have to right now. I think it's been a difficult time for a lot of businesses and all, but I think many people are trying. I mean, at least there's deliveries. They can keep going. All I do when I open my door, pop my head, I see Grab cars and the food delivery all the time.
Well, some of my musician friends, I've seen a few of my musician friends driving Grab bikes.
Yeah, well, I think you find something. I mean, you have to keep on. Some people don't have the luxury to just stop and do nothing, right?
Yeah, sorry, Lily, just a second.
No, it's all right.
I'm doing a radio show. Oh. My wife is wondering what I'm doing. She's pushing my desk around and all sorts of things, interfering in the studio. Lily says hi.
Hi.
A says hi.
Hi. Yeah.
So that's my equivalent of my kids running in or the dog coming to bite my shoe.
Oh yeah, pets. If you have pets at home, it's nice to spend time with your pets too, or your family members. Or,
Oh man, I wish. Yeah, here's a good thing. Have you seen? It was on. It like got really viral, like super viral all around the world. But there's a British sports commentator called Andrew Cotter, and he's been doing these clips of his dogs just sitting there, like fighting over a bone or something, and he's commentating on it like it's a sporting event.
Oh really?
Absolutely hilarious, hilarious, and so cute.
I must look for it.
Cute.
I must look for it.
Yeah, Andrew, I'll send you it. I'll send you it. It's fantastic.
Okay, great. Yeah. So maybe of our listeners, if you want to, can you just send us some suggestions you are doing at home or some idea of what you are doing at home during this time of isolation for most or quarantine for most people.
Yeah, I mean,
interesting to hear.
Yeah, I've done so many different things. I think, like you said, you've been getting into cleaning. I'm not much for cleaning, but I've noticed that I keep like picking a corner of the room and doing like tidying up one corner, and then I feel better, and I still leave the rest of the room. The rest of the room could be a mess, but I feel better having tidied up a corner.
Yeah, I never quite finish. So I leave. I think I'm done here. I'll just go back, but then I go up. I see just in the mess. But one good thing is I'm clearing out things that I feel that I may not need. Try to live. I think it's good to live a bit simpler, even in normal times. And I was always too lazy to try to throw away things that I don't need and things. So now I'm just trying to make effort to.
Yeah, I do a lot of that.
Some stuff. Yeah, so that helps also make me feel a bit lighter, just, and tidier.
When you're doing that, throwing away, cleaning out stuff, don't you, like I'm one of those people that gets stuck. I'll sort of sort out a lot of stuff, throw away a lot of stuff, and then I'll find one thing, and this one thing I'm not able to decide about, and it stops me. And I'll find something, and I'll take it out and think I'm definitely going to throw this away, and then hang on a sec, should I throw this away? I can see this is the kind of thing I might end up having to buy again or something like that. And then I get stuck, and it sort of collapses my whole effort and energy. So
yeah, I know. But I think at least you're trying, that effort, and maybe you do throw, even if it's 5 things out of 20, you are probably still cleaning up some, and I think 5 things lighter. I do the same actually. I stop and think, this wire might be helpful for something, this old charger,
One thing that I've noticed, and I like kind of worry about, is so many friends of mine, like friends who normally don't really get too much involved in conspiracy theories, etc. I guess because they're stuck at home on the internet all the time. I've seen people like just like the wildest conspiracy theories going round and round and round, and I think, to me it feels like, idle hands click a lot of bait, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about it. But.
Yeah, I mean, people will do what they want. I find myself Googling and surfing the net too much and reading nonsense articles or everything that, this could be interesting, but, to do with the situation or I read some things and then halfway through what is crap, what am I doing, and then maybe usually, they are very smart, the websites and all that, they have other articles, other titles, right? And then you other links that you get extra, and then you click again. Too much time.
I know, too much. Yeah, that's it's amazing. Like it is amazing. There's so much amazing stuff you can find online. Like you can learn. I was actually just listening to a podcast with a woman called, let me just see if I can find this. She's a professor of psychology at Yale University. And
Not Brown, not Brené.
No, Brené Brown. I've listened to
Brown.
before. Yeah, she's cool.
I love her.
Yeah. Well, let me just see if I can find this.
What does she talk about?
She talks. Well, she does this course, which is the most popular course that Yale University has ever had, apparently. And it's Dr. Laura. Why can't I see this? Wait a second.
Yeah, it's good that there are courses like this for people who are interested in different things.
Laurie Santos, yeah. So she's a professor of psychology
Santos.
at Yale University. She has her own podcast, which is called, the Happiness Lab. So she has a podcast called the Happiness Lab, and yeah, she was she's like a really interesting speaker, but she was saying that there are so many ways that basically people are really bad at judging what will make them happier and what won't. But she's, as a scientist, like researching, that's her whole discipline. She's researching what actually
happiness
will bring happiness and what won't. And actually she was asked to put it so she was just on Sam Harris's podcast and she was asked to put it in brief, and she said, well, social connection is one of the strongest things. And even talking to strangers, like she was saying, one of the things that people always guess wrong, both introverts and extroverts. But when you sort of give a questionnaire for introverts or extroverts, if they think, if they talk to a Grab driver or if they talk to someone, will it make things worse? Will it be awkward? Will it be negative? Or will it be positive? Even extroverts in general say it'll be negative. But in actual fact...
Oh, really?
In actual fact, the results are positive always. So, or almost always. So that's just an example of how people sort of misestimate, misjudge what will lead to their happiness and what won't.
Maybe you're scared, you're afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to what we're talking about, people spending time on the internet reading too much coronavirus news or reading conspiracy theories. The internet is really like a Pandora's box. It's got everything. You can study fantastic courses. You can watch amazing concerts. You can, yesterday, on Friday's show, me and Mon, we looked at all of these virtual tours you can do through museums and through the world's natural places and Google Earth. I've spent hours and hours and hours on Google Earth, just exploring streets and Angkor Wat, for example, it's amazing.
Cool.
But you can also
get a lot of crazy stuff.
Make yourself miserable in the process, and make yourself paranoid and miserable in the process.
Yeah. But the point, I think, when you do, when you read something, they say you always try to counter check, on the internet. Some other, get a tool. If you think something sounds plausible, maybe get Google 2 or 3 other articles or get more information or debunk.
I wonder if you always can, though. That the thing that surprised me is it can happen to anybody, and actually, in actual fact, there was a study done that showed that even professionally trained scientists can have a hard time changing their opinions when they've become entrenched in a position, no matter what the evidence suggests. So, it's a real problem. It's a real problem that we just don't always have the tools, the mental tools, to decide when something is wrong or right. Now, and those can be I always talk about this example. For example, if you were talking about football, right? With a group of people who follow the game religiously, know about all the terms, know about the techniques, are able to commentate.
Yeah.
Nobody who knows nothing about that game, no matter how smart they are, can walk in and fool those people about football. You can't do it. They can instantly spot the falsehoods. They can instantly spot your ignorance. But in these areas, for example, virology, science, global geopolitics, these ideas that people have about how deep states work and all of this kind of stuff. In my opinion, people don't have the background knowledge. They don't have the experience to make a proper judgment. And that's where the problem is. Even you can't get anywhere. I don't know what I really don't know what the answer is, except that maybe you would have to go back to like much more fundamental levels of understanding. I'm getting a bit deep here, but it kind of like worries me because I see so many people falling down these rabbit holes of,
Yeah, but also people are being human. Yeah, like you say, if they have a certain position, they really don't want from that anymore, or perception. And so I don't know if there's an answer for me. It's like if you're really interested in something, you might want to find out a bit more, and then maybe in the process you might find that what you thought was a certain way is different. But if you choose to continue to hold that, I'm not sure if anyone changes.
Yeah.
You know. But also at home, and really, if you're trying to find something to do, maybe you should be able to read. You should spend some time searching different articles about the same topics if you're interested. If we can, I mean, sometimes I read an article and I think, okay, that's it, and I believe everything, and I don't really bother to go and check. Especially if something is superfluous that I don't care so much about. But yeah, I suppose if you're talking about more deeply about how people feel, I think those things or certain subjects that are really probably takes probably is also biased himself.
But I mean,
maybe we can educate yourself, I think is all I can say.
Yeah. Well, there's like I can't tell the story in like the total detail, but there's this like old story about two men. They have a court case and they have to go before a judge, and the first man, they're fighting over some farmland and something. Someone says it's his, and the other guy says it's his. They go before a judge. The first guy makes his sort of plea to the judge. It's very reasonable, logical, beautifully, eloquently put. The judge said, "This man's right." And the court, whatever you call it, the court secretary said, "Your Honor, you haven't heard the other guy's story yet." Okay. I'll listen to the other guy. So the other guy comes along and gives an equally beautiful, eloquent speech about why the land belongs to him. Before he's even finished, the judge jumps up and says, "This man, I'll give it to this man. He's right. I believe him." And the court secretary jumps up again and says, Your Honor, you have to, you have to wait to like opposing arguments and blah blah blah. They can't both be right. And the judge says, "You're right." They can't both be right. I mean, that's the situation we're in, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, not bad from doing nothing. We are just talking about every other thing. Yeah, I get human nature. That's funny. It's good. I think it's good to keep a sense of humor too at this time, isn't it?
Sure, sure. Speaking of which, what have you been? The video I just mentioned, where the sports commentator. I've seen a few of these. Like, I think I saw the same guy maybe commenting on these marbles rolling down a hill, as if they were really in a race and this kind of stuff. What kind of thing? What kind of humorous stuff have you seen around that you liked?
I don't know. I watch time on Facebook, I guess, and and whatever comes up that looks interesting, speeches or just nonsense gifs, funny things that comes up. But at the moment, I was just playing some games with a movie. It's like Spot Waldorf, but what's the guy's name? The guy with the red hat.
Waldo? Is it Waldo?
Waldo, yeah, Waldo. But this one is not. There's a different. It's similar, but it's of movie titles. They like a rock, and then they put school, so you can get School of Rock. Also, the whole mystery, just things like that for fun.
I was watching. I was watching. I don't spend that much time on Facebook either, but I've been watching quite a bit of Netflix. I saw what did I see? I watched all of Rick and Morty. It ran out too quickly. Have you ever watched Rick and Morty?
No, I meant to, but I still haven't. I've actually been watching A Touch of Frost.
A Touch of Frost.
I don't know if,
Ah.
yeah, do you know it?
Yeah, years
It's a
ago,
British.
years ago. Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's about the longest running British detective series, I think.
Well, he's such a good
Uh,
actor, David Jason. He's so
yeah.
good. He's so
See,
good. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
really
He's amazing.
enjoy. And the opening theme song was composed by a lady, I think Simpson. Jazzy saxophone music. I
Oh,
love
really?
it. Yeah, go and listen. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
a
All
touch
right.
of Frost theme
Is
song.
that on Netflix?
No,
No.
unfortunately, I've been watching elsewhere. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really, because it's quite old. Some of the
Yeah, yeah,
episodes, a
yeah,
lot of the
yeah.
episodes are on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, so you can watch it there. They're free anyway.
Uh, yeah.
Oh, wow, what time? So, I know you've done a lot of work compiling the songs. Are they usually compiling songs? Is there a favorite that always pops to mind each week? And
Um. Well, okay. What have I been listening to lately? Yeah, as I said, I've been listening to lots of Candace Springs. Um, I've also been listening to Pat Metheny has a new album. Maybe I'll play something
oh,
from that album.
okay.
Yeah, Pat Metheny has a new album called From This Place. It's an amazing album. Um, what else have I been listening to lately?
Trying
Hmm.
to Google new musicians, but you are the musician, probably
Well,
you're more up to date with what's happening.
I definitely I look for the Friday show, especially that I do with Mana. I look for a lot of new music all the time. So
Yeah,
for the Sunday show,
it's
my
slightly
mind is
more,
a blank.
yeah,
My mind is a blank right now. I just usually, dig and dig and dig and dig and till I find a
yeah,
string of songs.
yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, um, when did we start? I think we probably
Exceeded 30 minutes.
rambled for enough, maybe.
Ramble, is it? In this time, in
Yeah.
this working from home time, yeah, we ramble.
All right. Well, I hope you've not minded, either enjoyed or not minded too much mine and Lily's ramble today about our
Yeah, I mean,
coronavirus
send us
lockdowns.
yeah, maybe people your ideas or something that you want to say, how you've been feeling while you're in isolation, what your thoughts are on some,
Yeah. If
things,
there's anything we
music.
can, yeah, if there's anything we can do to help in future shows, please let us know. Um,
Yeah.
other than that, check the playlist down there. Hope
Yep.
you enjoy the music, and yeah,
Yeah, and tune in again. Yeah.
see you next time.
Yeah. Send any song requests to our Facebook page, Relax Time Radio. All recording beforehand. If you can send a day before, you'll be great. Whether you want to request for the Wednesday or Thursday or any day, just make a request and say what day you want. Maybe then we can forward it to the right DJs.
All right. Thanks very much. This has been Relax
Thank
Time
you.
Radio on Radio Thailand, Chiang Mai, from home.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you, Paul. Bye.